Hello everyone, we are going to be looking more at the Atlantic as we now have 4 different disturbances that could form into multiple tropical storms. However, before we could get into the forecast, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a single upload or live stream. Right now we are currently looking at the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook. As you can see, we have Tropical Storm Gamma now as of 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Saturday, October 3rd. It has maximum sustained winds of 55 knots or 65 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 985 millibars, located at 20.7 north, 87.7 west, and movement is northwest at 7 knots or 8 miles per hour. That is expected to make impacts on mostly Mexico. We also do have now Disturbance 1, a 60% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days. That most likely will be becoming Tropical Storm Delta. We also do have Disturbance 2 in the Atlantic, a 20% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days. That also could become another named Tropical Storm. And finally, Disturbance 3, a 10% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days. That both of these do have a quite low chance of developing. I do have more confidence in the Disturbance 2. However, in Disturbance 3, I do not have quite much confidence in, as it is kind of heading in that type of direction. We are seeing some more drier and wind shear, and mostly in some of these areas that's going to be entering. So I will have less confidence, and it does have that lower chance of development. So I do have low confidence with that disturbance. However, this one I can see becoming one, as it is entering in kind of that area where it could definitely bring some intensification to it. However, it still has a very low chance of developing. So we just need to watch those both for maybe some development. But right now we are mainly going to keep an eye on the Caribbean. Tropical Storm Gamma going to make impacts on Mexico by 1 p.m. Wednesday. Actually is starting to make impacts on Mexico, as we now do have tropical storm warnings in the blue shaded areas. Right over here in this type of area, we do have tropical storm warnings. We also do have tropical storm watches now in the yellow shaded areas over here in Mexico as well. It is still a tropical storm by 1 a.m. Monday and still off the coast of Mexico, strengthening a little bit by 1 p.m. Tuesday, and then still stalling out around the Mexico area. Still a tropical storm by 1 p.m. Wednesday. We really don't know what it's going to do by the end of this week. We really need to keep an eye on this, though, as it could make a slight turn towards the U.S. and then make impacts there. However, that is very unlikely at this time. The current wind speed probabilities for Tropical Storm Gamma, as you can see, we are seeing around 100% chance you will see some tropical storm force winds right off the coast of Mexico. You can also see around a 10% chance for some tropical storm force winds for most of these Mexico areas. Invest the 92L model chart guidance. This is the one just to the south of the Dominican Republic, expected to maybe make impacts on the U.S. as we now do have for the spaghetti models. These are heading straight towards Louisiana, so you really need to keep an eye on this for maybe a tropical storm impacts for Louisiana. However, this is very far out, so we really don't know where it's going to go once it enters the Gulf. However, Louisiana is going to be at a major threat for this so far, as we do have most models pointing towards Louisiana. So this will be actually its third landfall of the year. So that's definitely a lot of landfalls for a single state. Definitely Louisiana needs to mainly keep an eye on this, including the surrounding states. Mississippi, Alabama, even Florida and Texas really need to keep an eye on this. For mainly just all these Gulf states, really need to keep an eye on Invest 92L for some impacts. Here's the concerning model intensity guidance, and as you're seeing here, we're going to see a big chance for this Category 3 hurricane. This is a major hurricane. This should become a major hurricane possibly by hour 84. That's 84 hours from now. We could see a major hurricane from Invest 92L. This will be Major Hurricane Delta, and really need to keep an eye on this. As you can see here, Category 3 is a major hurricane. That's reaching by hour at least 96. So really need to keep an eye on this, and it looks like it will be intensifying. And even a Category 4 It looks definitely possible there. Very unlikely though. Category 3 is going to be very, very possible here, as we do have those multiple models. Around 3 models, or actually 4 models, are reaching a Category 3 hurricane, and 2, actually 3, are staying below a Category 1. We do have that RI-25, which is a very unknown model. It is a model and really unreliable model, so really doesn't matter about that. And we do have 2 models that are also quite unreliable, that are below that tropical storm strength. A Category 3 hurricane cannot be ruled out right now, of course, but it is definitely possible, as we already have multiple models reaching that. Here's the GFS and symbols, and these are the spaghetti models as well, just a different model. And they're both, all of these are really reaching right near that Louisiana area, and most of these models are agreeing that this will reach around the Louisiana, even if it's over here making landfall around that type of area, making landfall around the Texas area. It will still be very accurate, as this is around a couple hundred hours out already, and this will be heading about this area. It's going to enter the Gulf no matter really what. It's going to go kind of above Mexico, in between the Dominican or Cuba, and then maybe making impacts on Cuba. It really just depends on what it decides to do here. And then we don't know where it's going to go. Mainly, we have an idea that it's going to go around the Louisiana area, just not quite, we can't pinpoint it yet. Now, the GEPS model is showing it's going to go exactly where Hurricane Sally went, and that's actually quite concerning, as we did see some bigger impacts in some of those areas, and that's exactly where the GEPS is putting it, making landfall around that Florida Panhandle, Alabama Panhandle area. So really need to watch this for maybe some impacts. All of these areas actually have seen tropical storm, at least tropical storm strength impacts already from the season. So we are going to see double those impacts if this decides to make impacts for some of these areas, including Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. All will see some more impacts from this storm. If you did enjoy the update and want more updates just like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a single upload or live stream. Also make sure to share this video with any friends or family that may be impacted by Invest 92L or Tropical Storm Gamma. But anyways, stay safe.